Yeah, I mean, this year, I know Grand Slam Track tried to pursue something a bit more professional, which I think the model of it really gave fans something exciting to look
Hmm.
forward to. Obviously, there was issues on the back end there with the money side of things.
Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone just stunned the track world, and it had nothing to do with a race. Fans expected another record or medal. Instead, her name surfaced in a story no one saw coming. Away from the track, difficult financial realities, business decisions, and candid public comments have pulled one of the sport's biggest stars into an unexpected spotlight. What's unfolding now goes far beyond competition, and it's forcing the entire track world to confront an uncomfortable conversation it has long avoided. It all started with Grand Slam Track, GST, a new league fronted by sprint legend Michael Johnson. Launched in 2025, the league promised to revolutionize the sport with huge prize money, major media coverage, and consistent fan-focused competition. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone was the face of it all, the first athlete to sign, the biggest draw, and the most decorated sprinter in the field. The stakes were high, the money was even higher, but then came the collapse. GST filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in December 2025, with filings revealing more than $20 million in unpaid debts. The league had promised $100,000 prizes per event and six-figure appearance fees to stars like McLaughlin-Levrone, Gabby Thomas, and Kenny Bednarak. But in reality, it ran just 3 meets in Kingston, Miami, and Philadelphia before canceling its 4th in Los Angeles and running out of cash. GST reported less than $50,000 in available funds at the time of filing. According to official court documents, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is the top athlete creditor. She is owed $356,250 in unpaid prize money and appearance fees. In total, she was reportedly promised $462,500, making her financial loss not only personal, but symbolic. The face of the league was left unpaid, and yet she has chosen to speak out not with anger, but with vision. This year, I know Grand Slam Track tried to pursue something a bit more professional, which I think the model of it really gave fans something exciting to look forward to, she said in an interview with Forbes. Her words were not bitter, they were sobering. She acknowledged the ambition of the GST project, even as it failed to deliver. She highlighted the critical issues on the back end, pointing directly to the financial instability that led to its downfall. Obviously, there were issues on the back end there with the money side of things, McLaughlin-Levrone admitted, but I think being able to have both of those things combined with both the structure and the marketing is something that is missing in track and field. While the failure of GST made headlines, Sydney used her platform to raise a larger concern: the structural decay in professional track and field. She didn't just mourn lost payments, she called out the sport's lack of infrastructure, television exposure, and long-term vision. "We have such stars, and there are so many amazing storylines that could be followed," she explained. "I think right now we are missing that infrastructure to really set it up well." McLaughlin-Levrone argued that the talent is not the issue. Track and field has icons. What it lacks is access, both in terms of financial support and viewer visibility. She pointed to the Olympics as proof. When people can actually watch track and field, they love it. But under the current system, with events like the Diamond League hidden behind subscription platforms like FlowTrack, that access is dwindling. We need people to be able to see these events, because when people know it's on, the Olympics, they love track and field. It is one of the biggest sports to watch. I just don't think they have access to us right now. That kind of insight didn't come out of nowhere. In 2025, Sydney was more than just a competitor, she was a dominant force. She won the long hurdles category at both the Kingston and Miami Slams and placed second in the short hurdles in Philadelphia. Her total prize money for those events was supposed to be $250,000. But like most GST athletes, she was only paid a portion of that, and the remaining balance now sits in legal limbo. Still, despite losing over $350,000 and the opportunity to compete in the league's final meet, Sydney's tone remained forward-thinking. While other athletes and media outlets blasted GST leadership, she emphasized solutions, not blame. She cited Athlos, another new league backed by Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian, as a potential model for what track's future could look like. Athlos debuted with star athletes, celebrity guests like Megan Thee Stallion and Shonda Rhimes, and wide media reach through ESPN+, YouTube, and DAZN. The league burned through tens of millions on TV production, technology, and appearance fees. Top creditors include British production firm Momentum CHP, $3 million, PMY Group, $1.26 million, and Graphic for Broadcast Graphics, $690,000. Even media partner Citius Mag, a popular outlet in the running world, is owed $272,915 more than most athletes. GST's failure also exposed a lack of transparency in the sports media landscape. Citius Mag had received massive payments from the league to cover its events, but failed to clearly disclose this financial relationship. FTC guidelines require such disclosures, and critics now question the role of media in shaping the league's narrative. Sydney, meanwhile, has kept her focus on the athletes and the sport's sustainability. McLaughlin-Levrone emphasizes that track thrives during the Olympics, proving its popularity, but year-round visibility is lacking, highlighting the sport's urgent need for accessible media and consistent fan engagement. What's most shocking isn't just that Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone lost a fortune, it's that she's using the moment to lead. Her public response has been measured, thoughtful, and future-focused. She's not just one of the sport's greatest athletes, she's becoming one of its most powerful advocates. Even as court proceedings unfold, Sydney has continued training and competing, reinforcing her belief that sport can be both inspirational and accountable. She hasn't distanced herself from the GST vision. In fact, she's doubling down on the importance of sustainable models that treat athletes fairly and engage fans directly. Her ongoing success on the track, combined with her thoughtful off-track leadership, positions her uniquely as a bridge between what the sport is now and what it could become. She has also emphasized the importance of athlete-first policies. Sydney believes athletes should be viewed not just as performers, but as stakeholders in the ecosystem of the sport. She has privately advocated for future leagues to include revenue-sharing models, contractual transparency, and guaranteed minimum payments. These proposals aim to ensure that what happened with GST doesn't happen again. Her insights extend to youth development as well. McLaughlin-Levrone has discussed the need for grassroots programs that support young athletes holistically, not just in training, but in education, mental health, and media literacy. To any young athlete who is still very impressionable and trying to discover who they are, having the whole world have an opinion about them can be a little overwhelming. As the legal process around GST continues, the sport is watching closely. Will this be a cautionary tale or the beginning of real change? Sydney believes it can be the latter. GST can still be that league. The official statement from the league read, and we are working every day to ensure it is built on a foundation worthy of that purpose, to build a future that lasts. Whether or not that future includes Grand Slam track, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone has made one thing clear. The track world can no longer afford to ignore its foundational problems. She's already shattered records on the track. Now, she might be the one to help rebuild it from the ground up. In a year that began with explosive sprints and ended in courtroom revelations, one truth remains. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone just shocked the track world, not by what she ran, but by what she stood for.